Tapestry is experiencing a renaissance today, as many modern artists are choosing this medium as their means of expression. Contemporary tapestry draws on traditions and techniques that were in use to at least 5,000 years ago and are found throughout the world. Through this long history, tapestry developed many regional styles, but it is perhaps the great tapestries woven during the Middle Ages in Europe that are most familiar. These vast hangings adorned large stone castles, providing both sound and temperature insulation and a lively mural for the windowless walls. Tapestry served as a chronicle of the times, relating stories of history and mythology and celebrating the lives of both the nobility and the common people. Tapestry today can still seduce the viewer with rich colors, varied textures, and the visual warmth derived from the rich materiality of the woven surface. Tapestry is a form of weaving, the interlacement of two sets of threads. One set of threads, called the warp, stretches between the two ends of a loom. A second set of threads, called the weft, passes through the warps in a repetitive under-over fashion. In the planning process, weavers typically create the image to be woven in a different medium, for example, through drawing, painting, collage, or photography. This design is enlarged to the intended size of the tapestry to serve as a guide for the weaving and is called a cartoon. Of course, artists work in many different ways, so while some faithfully follow a cartoon, some make modifications, and some weavers work in a completely intuitive manner with no drawing at all. Tapestry looms range in all sizes, from those that fit in one's hand to large floor looms with high or low warp. The warp stretches vertically on a high warp loom, while it stretches horizontally on a low warp loom. Some looms are handcrafted and priced like expensive furniture. Others are made of wooden frames or inexpensive piping. Tapestry weavers can use a variety of tools in addition to their loom. Bobbins hold the weft, and beaters pack the weft into place. Warp threads are most commonly cotton, linen, or wool. Weft threads can be made of almost any material: wool, cotton, silk, linen, metal, paper, cloth, or man-made fibers. The actual weaving technique is deceptively simple. The weft yarn weaves over one warp and then under the next warp. This process is repeated with endless possibilities. The weaver touches each thread that is woven into the tapestry. This becomes an intimate conversation between the artist, the image, and the materials. In tapestry, the spacing of the warp and the thickness of the weft produce a fabric in which the weft threads pack down tightly and cover the warp, producing a dense and richly colored surface. It is the simplicity of the weave structure that gives tapestry its great potential as an artistic medium. The weaver builds the image row by row, with shapes revealing themselves as the weaving progresses. The tapestry technique allows the weaver to easily switch materials or colors at any time. This allows the artist to make sensitive decisions that will form the image in an individual manner. Tapestries can range from monumental to intimate. They can be 2D or 3D, abstract or realistic. They can be quite smooth or very textured. The possibilities are endless. There are myriad ways to finish a tapestry, processes that take the newly woven tapestry from the loom to the walls of galleries, churches, public buildings, and homes. The vast pictorial tapestries that hung in medieval castles, the delicate Coptic fragments found in museums, and the remarkably well-preserved tapestries that survive from ancient Andean burial sites display a long and varied history of adornment, storytelling, celebration, and documentation of daily life. Contemporary artists are continuing that tradition by choosing tapestry as their own means of expression. The wide-ranging subjects chosen by contemporary weavers are chronicling the social, political, and aesthetic issues of our time and validating the continued relevance of this ancient art form in the 21st century.